Hi, it's Stephanie Pruitt. It is day 18 of 30 by 30 by 30, where I'm writing 30 poems in 30 days in relation to works in the 30 Americans exhibit. And today I drafted a poem, well, I'm going to call it a ditty. I drafted a little ditty in relation to work by Gary Simmons. Simmons was born in 1964 in New York, where he currently lives and works. And this draft is in relation to Hollywood by Simmons, created in 2008 of pigment, oil, and cold wax on canvas. This is a large canvas. The background is this textured, beautifully textured, really rich and bold red. And in the foreground is the word Hollywood in the sign, the individual letters, kind of the white iconic Hollywood sign that we've seen, but each of the letters is on fire, it's flaming, and you can kind of see the smoke billowing up out of it. So let me read the quick little ditty for draft. As if we need another sign, red heels ablaze in perilous times. That's all I have, no more to say. I'm just not here for you today. So this is, and what I'm saying here is by no means a critique of Gary Simmons as an artist or his work in general. Craft-wise, I'm really enamored by the texture and the tools that he's using, or the medium he's using. I really want to understand the cold wax process. So later today, I'm definitely going to do an internet search, and I hope to find maybe some videos of him lecturing or a studio tour or something, because I really want to learn more about his process. But quite honestly, the topic of Hollywood and celebrity culture and all of that, I'm tired of it, and I'm just not here for that right now. Not saying not here for that as far as I'm not at the Friss Center and at this exhibit for that. Just my general energy. I'm not making my energy available towards certain things. I have to be careful now when I kind of set these limits. What I'm talking about is me appropriately saying yes and no to the conversations I'll have, to the projects I'll take on, to the images I'm willing to explore, and that type of thing. I'm careful here because there are different reasons to say yes or no. If I find myself unwilling to engage with artwork because it makes me uncomfortable, that to me is an issue of kind of mental and emotional laziness. If I'm not willing to engage with work by artists who don't look like me, or operate out of my perspective, that to me is an issue. That's mental and emotional and critical and creative laziness, and I'm not about that. However, there are some topics that I feel like I've dealt with, I've thought through, I've read about, and they don't further the work that I'm really doing. Constantly putting my attention towards what's wrong with pop culture, for me, is not an effective way to make the world that I want to see. I would much rather talk about the images that are working, or images that bring up issues and ideas in a new way that can be discussed and kind of worked with or through in a progressive way. For me, this image didn't do that. And again, it's not the fault of the image, it's more of they're just other, I don't know, I don't want to be dismissive. It's not that I'm dismissive of the work. I think it's actually really, interesting and important work that can spark some great conversations. Just not conversations I want to be a part of right now. And they matter, but I guess, point blank period. Sometimes yes is a full sentence and no is a full sentence. And for me today, just talking deeply about celebrity culture is just a no. So the poem that I drafted, or the little ditty I drafted, I think reflects that really quick in and out kind of, the rhyme structure, the rhythm of it makes itself, in my mind, a non-issue. When I hear a poem drafted in this way, formally, I won't say I entirely discredit it, but I think, oh, that was a nice little beginner draft. Let's see where we can really go with it. And I was intentionally trying to create something like that. I mean, I still have so much to learn about writing, but this is something that I've been doing seriously for about 15 years. So it's not like I don't know how to make, Anyway, I'll just stop at that point because, like I said, I'm not here for this right now. I'm not interested in investing my energy and time in that. Something that I am really interested in today was a phrase or a little conversation I heard outside of the gallery. There was a person, and I don't know who they were. I didn't talk to them very long or anything, but I heard them talking to a group of people about the exhibit, about the 30 Americans exhibit, saying that these artists are modern day griots telling the story of what it is to be a black artist. And my antenna like immediately popped up and started like, what's going on here? Is that really the story they're telling? I mean, is that the message? Is that the content? They're telling what it is to be a black artist? I don't know. I feel like these are 31 individuals creating work out of their curiosities, their obsessions, their ideas, their issues, a whole range of things. I've never in my life heard anyone say about a non-minority artist that they are telling the story of what it is to be white in America, or they are discussing the white experience or anything like that. I've never heard that. But when we have a Latino artist, a black artist, an Asian artist, then immediately they are discussing the Asian experience. Well, okay, if that's the case, then Norman Rockwell, who there's also a really interesting exhibit in the Frisch Center right now upstairs, Norman Rockwell's works. So is he presenting the white experience? Like this happens so often. When I travel to do readings and people will immediately say, Stephanie writes about African American culture and this, and this. I thought I was writing just about culture and people and places and ideas. And people look at my identity and decide that, oh, I'm doing black writing, black art, black poetry, I guess because I'm black. And this is such a huge discussion that I know I can't have within just a short amount of time that I try to do these video blogs, but that's a problem to me. That's a very narrow conception of what an artist is doing solely based on their identity. And I think it actually goes against what the 30 Americans show is really about, or at least my understanding of it, which maybe I'm wrong, but titling the show 30 Americans instead of 30 African Americans, I think is really trying to comment on the fact that the only thing that we can definitively say in terms of how this group of artists identifies themselves is that they're living in America. They're working in America. They're considered American artists. I think from what I've read, so many of the artists identify in different ways and talk about their purpose and whatnot in different ways. Clearly, the subject matter they're dealing with is across a whole wide range of topics and ideas. And I mean, the tone from the works are so different. So to say that they're all reflecting on the African American experience, I just don't know. I don't know where that, well, okay, I know where it comes from. Let's not play ignorant here. I'm just gonna say no, period, just no. And no, unless we are willing to say that other artists are commenting on the male experience, the female experience, solely because they are male or solely because they are female. Or that people are commenting, and any artist who lives in the South is commenting on the Southern experience. Not necessarily. Maybe they're interested in topics far outside of their region and immediate identities. So, no, I'm not. I don't accept that one. I just don't. Period. Okay. I'm going to check in with you tomorrow. You see the number 13. Tomorrow you'll see the 14 sticker, and we'll be at day 19. We're really running through these. All right, I'll talk with you soon.